So we've seen all kinds of diversity on the drive, and we just stopped in here to drive home the point of how different things are in Wilton Manors. We are sitting now in the Bear Den at the Eagle Wilton Manors. And sitting next to me is Salvo Mule, who is the owner of the Eagle. Welcome, Salvo.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It is so cool to come into this bar. Over 8,000 square feet of bar space, and each corner has its own personality. I mean, I love this room. It's very cool. How did this all evolve? How did you come up with the idea of doing all this?
Well, it was a processing, was a development, because this bar, as you know, and you say very well in your history, has been a little bit of everything, from a restaurant to a piano bar and a disco, a bear bar, a little bit of everything. So when I took over, I had all this space with all these corners, different from each other, and I got the little lights come up, and I say, why don't I differentiate every corner of the place and make unique and make for a portion of the community that we want to represent. And of course, you already interviewed my manager, and my manager told you very clearly that the leather community was a portion of the community that was missing in Wilton Manor, and we give it to them. But we still have more space. We have the bear cave, so that for the bear, but also for the touch of more conservative or traditional gay bar. Can be a piano bar, can be a party bar, can be a little bit of everything. And that's when I created this little space, which we call Bear Cave, but originally was the Mustang Lounge, then it becomes Silver Room, and now the Bear Cave.
And it's very different. The whole vibe here in this bar is very different than what you think of going back 30 or 40 years into the early days of the Eagles and the leather bars, where they were very dark and smoky and kind of almost like basement dungeony vibes. This bar, it's open, it's airy. I can see from here halfway across the bar and see all kinds of different spaces, and it feels very welcoming and comfortable. And it's not a requirement for the entire space that you be in a leather harness and chaps. You do have a code room that's enforced on the weekends, right?
Correct, and that's the diversity of each room, from the code room to the lounge. That's the beauty of it. And now in real estate, they say the open concept is the best piece of real estate you can own. Here we have an open concept, although you can see as far as your eyes go, but the all different room, the all different way of living within the same space.
And it also encourages, a little bit more of getting along with each other, because you're exposed to different types of people. If you only go to a leather bar that only has hardcore leathermen in it, you're never going to see that silly twink or that guy with the pup mask or the trans woman or whoever. You're never going to encounter them.
Well, traditionally, we have to know that a Eagle bar usually is a small, little dark room where everybody's on top of each other with harness, with anything, sometimes with nothing. And that's where the traditional Eagle is around the world. Our concept here of opening the space, become a disco, become a piano bar, become a nest bar, a place where you are welcome. So every space has its own purpose, and the Eagle Wilton Manor embrace all this purpose in a gay life, especially in Wilton Manor.
Now, I happen to know that you used to own this building, the entire building here. And when you bought this and first came into the scene, did you know the history of this particular space, or was it just a sound investment? Did you know what happened in this?
I've been in Wilton Manor, Fort Lauderdale area for the past 33 years. So I'm very much aware of everything that was going on. And as you can hear from my accent, I'm not American. I came from Italy. So, but I learned. I learned the way of living. I learned the gay life in Florida, and especially in Fort Lauderdale and Wilton Manor. I saw Wilton Manor come out. I saw Wilton Manor. I was here when there was Palm. I was here when it was Chardies. I was here when he was Bills. I was here when he was Wolf. And then a Southern Night, during the Southern Night and Wolf, that's when we acquired the building. So I knew a little bit of everything that was going on. Owning the bar that became Silver was an accident. We were landlord. The bar that Southern Night was not doing very well in Wilton Manor. The crowd was not exactly what they were looking for. And obviously, I needed to do something different, something that allowed us to make money, because the bar was not going well, so the guy could not be able to pay the rent. So I told him, you know what, give me the key, and I'll give you some money for the license, and we're going to run ourselves. And that's what we did.
And for people who don't know, there's all kinds of different stories you hear depending on who you ask, how the scene started in Wilton Manors. The very first bar that served the LGBTQ community in Wilton Manors was actually up the street where the pub is now. It was a tiny little women's bar called JJ's Den. The first male-oriented space in Wilton Manors that was of any real size was right here where we're sitting now, over 8,000 square feet, and it was called Chardies, named after the owners, Tony D. and Charles Melky. So
Correct.
This very space that we're sitting in is the home of the first male gay bar that existed on Wilton Drive. And of course, then Georgie Kessinger came over, expanded the whole entertainment district, and the neighborhood exploded, and now there are bars on top of bars on top of bars. But this space right here that we're sitting played a very important role as the first mega gay bar ever to exist in Wilton Manors. And it was, as it is now, over 8,000 square feet. So this is not your little neighborhood hole in the wall.
Yeah, and we are very lucky to have it. We are very fortunate to spend it in a way that we did. And we are very proud, very, very, very proud of Eagle Wilton Manor, the biggest eagle in America.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yes, it
now,
is.
That's a fun fact. You heard it here first. The Eagle Wilton Manors is the biggest Eagle gay bar in the entire United States. And it's situated in a town that is not much bigger than your grandma's backyard. We're talking about 2 square miles, 12,000 people, and yet there's an 8,000 square foot Eagle sitting right here.
But also, you make me feel like a big fish in a small pond.
You're a big fish in whatever pond you go in. This is amazing. This day and age, in the 2020s, you do not find tons of 8,000 and 10,000 square foot gay bars.
That's correct.
There's a lot of smaller ones, 2,000, 2,500, maybe 3,000 square feet. This is a sprawling complex. When you look at it from the street, it is very deceiving. On the drive, it looks like the size of a walk-in closet. You walk through that door, or you come around back and come in the proper rear entrance, and this place just goes on and on. I mean, there's a gift store here that is bigger than most gay bars that you've ever been to. And trust me, if you want an Eagle t-shirt, they have every size, shape, and color of Eagle t-shirt design you have ever seen. We will show some in the video, but they're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. That's wonderful for you to say.
And I love that new Pride design. I mean, where have you ever seen an Eagle t-shirt that was that vibrant, colorful, and in your face?
Again, embrace everything and everybody. The all color of the flags, which are what, 11 or 12?
Who can keep count? When I started out, they were 8, and then it went down to 6, and now they keep adding more. I don't know. There's a lot.
The more, the better.
Right. So, well, we thank you so much, Salvo. This is a beautiful bar, and we love hearing a little bit about your story, about how it evolved. And we look forward to everybody coming and checking out this little slice of diversity right on Wilton Drive, across from where everything started. So check it out. The Eagle Wilton Manors and Salvo Mule. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.